Forget American guns or Japanese katanas. In these 6 countries, the real one-tap assassins are smaller than your thumb, hiding in your shoes or napping in your fruit bowl. You think you're the main character? In the Earth server, nature has a 100% win rate. And today, I'm showing you exactly how you're going to log out in each country. First up, the land down under. Don't waste your time worrying about sharks or spiders. The real final boss of the bush is a bird. Yeah, a bird. The cassowary is basically a living dinosaur that missed the extinction memo and has been nursing a chronic case of main character syndrome ever since. It looks incredible. Vibrant blue neck, a prehistoric helmet, but don't you dare pull out your phone for a selfie. If it decides it doesn't like your face, it'll charge at you at 50 kilometers per hour. That's a 60-kilogram feathered tank coming at you with the kinetic energy of a motorcycle. The nightmare is the middle toe. It's a 12-centimeter dagger, sharp as a butcher's knife. A kick from this thing isn't just a bruise, it'll unzip your abdomen like a bag of wet cement. Imagine a serrated blade slicing through your tactical gear and your skin as if they were made of warm butter. You'll literally watch your internal hardware log out of your body cavity before the pain even hits your brain. You collapse into the dry grass, feeling the sudden, chilling loss of core temperature. And the last thing you see are the vacant, soulless eyes of a tactical turkey, looking at you like you're just a broken toy it's already bored with. In Australia, this isn't a bird, it's a mobile guillotine. Cassowary diff. Now let's respawn in the humid, peaceful countryside of Vietnam. Picture a summer afternoon. You're napping on a hand-woven hammock, feeling the breeze when something cool and slithery slides over your ankle. That's the banded Krait. It looks low-key, just black and yellow stripes, looking exactly like a discarded roll of electrical tape. It's a shy, lazy little noodle. It'll give you a tiny, defensive nip that feels no worse than an ant bite. Most people just shrug it off, adjust their pillow, and go back to sleep. That was your final F around and find out moment. Its neurotoxin is like high-end malware, silently cutting every fiber optic cable between your brain and your muscles. It's a presynaptic blocker that doesn't scream. It whispers. About 2 hours later, you wake up and realize the world is blurry, like your graphics card is overheating. Want to call for help? Your jaw is locked. Want to lift an arm? Good luck. It feels like you've been buried in 10 tons of wet concrete. The toxin has effectively unplugged the logic gates between your brain and your muscles. You're completely conscious watching your family go about their day, but your lungs have decided to AFK forever. It's like an invisible hand is slowly pressing a pillow over your face with total indifference until the screen goes black. A silent, terrifying disconnect. What about the USA? Everything is big size there except the Black Widow. She's tiny, but she loves hiding in the worst possible spots. Mailboxes, under the bed, or my personal favorite, under the toilet seat. One tiny prick on your finger, and 15 minutes later, you're in the VIP lounge of actual hell. Her toxin, litrotoxin, triggers a massive neurotransmitter dump. It's the most painful crowd control debuff in nature. Your muscles will contract so violently you'll feel like your own ribcage is about to snap under the pressure of your own chest meat. The pain surges from the bite site into your gut, making you gasp for air as if you've been punched by a heavyweight champion. On Reddit, you see horror stories of people finding these in the dark corners of their garage, which is a specialized fear I didn't need today. It's an emotional damage situation where your own nerves turn into a toxic lobby. You'll writhe on the floor for hours, experiencing tremors and agonizing cramps, begging for an undo button that doesn't exist until your heart finally quits from the sheer, agonizing overtime of trying to stay alive. Skin, 10 out of 10. Passive ability, total system failure. Over in Japan, if you hear a low-frequency buzz like a miniature drone, start running. Immediately. That's the Asian giant hornet. This isn't a honeybee that stings once and dies for the team. This is a multi-use assassin with a serious calling for backup capability. One sting on your shoulder feels like someone drove a red-hot nail directly into your marrow, because the venom literally contains enzymes that dissolve human tissue. It's a localized zone of necrosis. But the real FU from nature is the pheromone it just sprayed on you. It's a digital ping for the rest of the squad. Within seconds, the whole clan spawns out of the trees and ganks you like a heat-seeking missile swarm. They don't just sting, they dismantle you. Your body swells like a balloon, your kidneys seize up from all the biological trash in your blood, and you collapse in the forest. Your vision fading as your optic nerves melt. It's not just a sting, it's a hard reset delivered by a swarm of angry aerial killers. Then there's Brazil and the wandering spider. This one doesn't sit in a web waiting for food. It likes to go on backpacking trips. It could be in the boots you're about to put on or hiding in that bunch of bananas you just bought at the grocery store. If it bites you, you get a cursed buff that is as tragic as it is bizarre. Besides the skyrocketing blood pressure, the cold sweats, and the projectile vomiting, male victims experience a permanent, agonizingly painful salute that lasts for hours. It sounds like a joke or a cursed meme on a Reddit thread, but in reality, it's a biological nightmare. The blood pressure becomes so intense it causes permanent tissue death, while your heart beats as chaotically as a broken drum machine. You log out in a state that is both excruciating and deeply humiliating. A total server error in the worst way possible. It's the definition of a glitched passive, where the side effects are significantly worse than the actual damage. To finish the menu, let's look at the shimmering blue-purple bubble floating on a beach in Portugal. It looks aesthetic, like a piece of high-end glass art you'd want to pick up. That's the man-o-war. It isn't even a single jellyfish. It's a colony of specialized organisms fused into one floating murder machine. Beneath that pretty balloon are invisible tentacles that can reach 30 meters into the depths. As soon as your skin touches them, millions of microscopic, spring-loaded harpoons fire death directly into your bloodstream. It feels like a 1,000-volt electric shock delivered straight to your soul. The pain radiates instantly to your lymph nodes, putting you into a deep-sea soft lock. Your limbs become unresponsive in the middle of the ocean. You can't swim, you can't wave for help. You just float like a piece of trash, watching the sun set while your diaphragm coils up in a permanent cramp, making it impossible to take another breath. You sink slowly into the blue sea map, ending your vacation with a permanent, salty, hard reset. Drop your pick in the comments below. I want to see which one officially convinced you to never leave your house again. And if this video helped you realize that staying inside and playing Valorant is actually a survival strategy, do me a solid. Hit that like button and subscribe. It helps the channel stay alive, unlike the victims we just talked about. If you're absolutely sure there's nothing wandering under your bed tonight, peace out.